From the BG Podcast Network studios, brought to you by Chattahoochee Tech, this is your Paulding County News Podcast, bringing our stories to life with news, events, and what we're talking about in Paulding County. Like, follow, and subscribe to hear the latest news from the Paulding County News Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And here's what you're talking about.
Welcome to your Paulding County News Podcast. I'm Melissa Carter along with Doug Harding. Coming up, a famous boxer ventures into a surprising new industry, raising eyebrows everywhere. Plus, caught in the middle of the cable versus streaming debate, we've got the local perspective on whether to cut the cord or stick with traditional television. Everybody can relate to that. But first, let's take a look at our top stories. A construction site horror unfolded as a trench collapsed, nearly burying a Paulding County worker alive. Firefighters raced to the scene on Friday, finding the man trapped up to his neck in a 20-foot deep trench, making it hard for him to breathe. Photos from the rescue show the harrowing scene as first responders battled unstable soil to free that worker. Specialized equipment was brought in to vacuum up the soil, with rescuers working tirelessly over 3 hours to save him. Thankfully, the worker remained conscious through it and is in guarded condition at the hospital. This from EMS 1.
That is the worst fear of most people in this world.
Wow, being buried alive. Oh, but bless his heart, he's going to be okay.
Governor Brian Kemp unveiled 4 judicial appointments last week aimed at bolstering Georgia's legal system. Among them is Matthew Rollins, the incumbent district attorney of the Paulding Judicial Circuit, tapped for elevation to the Supreme Court. Rollins, a Georgia native with a distinguished military service record in the United States Marine Corps, brings a wealth of experience to his new role. Having earned his BS in political science from Kennesaw State University and his JD from Mercer Law School, Rollins has proven his dedication to the law and his community. Actively involved in various local organizations, including the Dallas Lodge, the Paulding Rotary Club, and the Paulding Bar Association, Rollins exemplifies a commitment to public service. He resides in Ackworth with his wife, Mina, and their child. This from the governor's office.
Well, another story that is going to bring up nightmares. A Paulding County woman's quick thinking saved her life when her car plunged into a pond thanks to help from 2 heroic deputies. 79-year-old Debbie Rooch remained calm as her car sank, using a tool to break the tempered glass and escape. So we always see those tools, and she actually used it. Automotive experts urge drivers to know their vehicle's glass type and keep an escape tool handy in case of emergencies. And they say remember the sure way out, using those words, or letters rather, SURE. Stay calm, unbuckle seatbelts, roll down or break windows, exit quickly, and then call 911. Debbie's preparedness and the swift action of deputies served as a reminder to stay calm and be ready for the unexpected. This from the AJC. Buried in a trench and splashed into water, sinking into water. Sorry about that. I'll have a story to make you laugh later.
Well, it's called the Phobia Podcast today.
Exactly.
Now let's check your weather. Partly cloudy this afternoon. We'll have a high in Dallas of 58 and 59 in Hiram. Lows in the lower 40s. Partly cloudy on Thursdays. We'll have highs of 55 and 56 in Dallas and Hiram. Lows in the upper 30s. What's up with that? And
I know.
Finally, partly cloudy on Friday. We'll have highs in the upper 50s.
It's going to be chilly at night. The heat is not going to be turned off in your house yet. We're not there yet.
98.7 Chat Tech, where 98.7% of our students earn a career.
So for each of our programs at Chattahoochee Tech, we have an industry advisory committee. Those are people in each given industry that will employ our graduates when they get finished with our program.
We have students that are placed at manufacturing companies such as, let's say Glock, for example, the gun manufacturer, because they have machinery that's running 24/7 to create the guns. So all the way from that to healthcare, where like hospitals, for example, they're running 24/7 and they have machinery that needs to be running 24/7 as well.
My program is specifically for students who want to be in healthcare, but maybe don't want patient contact. Maybe they want to be in healthcare, in a healthcare field that's recession-proof and they're helping people, but maybe they don't want blood, body fluids, any of those elements in their life. So they may choose healthcare management to be on the opposite side of the patient care.
Visit chattahoocheetech.edu, where 98.7% of our students earn a career.
We're back with more of your Paulding County News Podcast.
From the WSB Facebook page, a man is in custody after driving his car into the front gate of a Georgia FBI field office. Linda Pagetti said, "For what purpose?" Michael Griffin said he didn't get far. Theus Robinson said whatever the plan was, it wasn't complete. And then Dale Westmoreland said, was it did he? But we still don't know why he did it. But yeah, that was pretty bold.
I don't understand that. I mean, what goes on in people's minds that think that? Or is there nothing? Are they just fed up with the government and all that?
And I'm going to just ram my car through the gate, and the car didn't even make it through the gate.
Wonder what kind of car it was.
From the What's Happening in Paulding County Facebook page, Jackie Becker writes, I need advice. I want to cut my Xfinity to help me save money monthly. Has anyone ditched their cable companies and found reasonable ways to watch local channels and stream? This is intimidating, but with the economy, I need to find ways to save. Any recommendations or guidance is appreciated. Everybody can relate to this, especially Doug, watching the March Madness. I can tell you all those games are on different channels. And if you don't have cable, it was scrambling to try to find which game is on what. And if you have it, and if you can access it, how do you do it? And do you do the free trial? I mean, it's ridiculous. JJ Womack said, I got rid of Xfinity cable and just kept their internet. My Samsung TV has channels, including one that shows WSB News. I also have several streaming services that allow me to watch shows that air on ABC, CBS, and NBC. You can get an HD TV antenna if you want to watch more local channels. Jennifer Caduso offered, we have just Comcast internet and use a Roku to watch YouTube and Netflix back when they were allowing sharing. And Rosemary Pastula responded, streaming for over a year. I have T-Mobile internet, $30 a month. I have YouTube TV, has all the major networks for $75 a month. I'm now paying $105 a month and saving a good $100 a month. Best thing I ever did. I'm telling you, and there's so much more advice, but it is convoluted, whatever you decide to do.
But I have to agree with Rosemary because I have YouTube TV and it is wonderful.
So you recommend that?
Absolutely.
You know, and look, I will tell you, I have the Amazon Stick, and a bunch of apps. And if you are someone who likes older movies and older TV shows, Pluto TV is fantastic because it runs like cable. So when you go into your and by the way, nobody is a sponsor on this show. We've said all these companies, nobody's paid for this, and it's free. So it's I forgot Drew Barrymore, I think, is now endorsing Pluto TV, but it is. I'm an old sci-fi fan and old movies from like the 80s and 90s, and it's great too. So good luck, whatever you do. Your weird story for the day: in a surprising move, former world heavyweight boxing champion Mike Tyson is entering the cannabis market with a unique product, ear-shaped edibles. These quirky items pay homage to Tyson's infamous 1997 bout with Evander Holyfield, where Tyson bit off part of Holyfield's ear. The edibles offered by Tyson 2.0 come in flavors like black-eye berry and watermelon.
Okay.
Despite their novelty, not everyone in the cannabis industry is thrilled, with some criticizing Tyson's past behavior. Nevertheless, Tyson's promotional tour for the product is set to kick off soon, with appearances planned in New York dispensaries and Times Square. This from Sky News.
What's happening in Paulding County? We've got you covered.
All right, so some events this morning at 11, basic computer and internet skills classes at the Dallas Public Library. Sunday, beginning at 2 o'clock, brush lettering at Three Strands Vineyard and Winery in Dallas. I'm not sure what brush lettering is, but that
very crafty. Very crafty.
All right. And there's a vineyard, so you have some wine there too. So, and then Monday at 1:30, Eclipse on the Farm at Little Fox Hollow in Dallas. That's going to be fun.
Yeah. I mean, and don't forget ISO glasses. For the Eclipse, you have to have ISO glasses. It's stamped on them.
Life's a constant hustle. And at Credit Union of Georgia, our focus is crystal clear. It's all about you. Juggling a million things? We get it. That's why we're committed to providing the best service imaginable. We're not just your credit union. We're your financial allies. Knowledge is our power, from crafting basic budget plans to navigating the local home buying scene. Questions popping up? We've got you covered with fast, friendly answers. Because we want you to spend more time living your life. Imagine a financial institution that truly cares. That's Credit Union of Georgia inviting you to join us. If you live, work in Bartow, Cherokee, Cobb, Dawson, Paulding, Pickens, or Union County, we want you as a member of Credit Union of Georgia family. Because here, You're not just a member, you're part of a community that cares. Ready to experience banking that revolves around you? Call us at 678-486-1111 or visit cuofga.org. Credit Union of Georgia. Your financial journey, our priority.
We're back with more of your Paulding County News Podcast.
Well, tragic news out of Dublin over Easter weekend. According to the GBI, a shooting incident claimed the lives of 2 individuals, left 5 others injured. 23-year-old Maori Ellington and 24-year-old Sacred Brown, both residents of Dublin, lost their lives at the scene. Authorities have not made any arrests and are yet to determine the motive for that shooting. The GBI urges anyone with information to come forward, contacting either their Eastman Regional Office, Dublin Police Department, or anonymous tips can be submitted to 1-800-597-8477. This from The Patch.
Here's your sports, courtesy of New Season Church from the Paulding County Sports Chronicle. In baseball, East Paulding, well, they lost to Allatoona 7-5. Harrison beat North Paulding 11-1, but North Paulding beat Harrison 4-1. And girls soccer for the state playoffs, South Paulding is the number 2 seed, North Paulding is the number 3 seed, and Paulding County is the 4th seed.
Paulding County soccer girls, way to go. In a remarkable initiative, over 100 special education students from various high schools in Paulding County had an enriching experience on Friday. As part of the Georgia High School High Tech program, these students converged at Georgia Highlands College. There, they delved into crucial topics like financial literacy, honed internet skills, and fostered self-advocacy. The program's aim is to empower students with disabilities by equipping them with tools for navigating post-secondary education and entering the workforce. This from Paulding County School District. I can tell you, Doug, the special education kids in my school were in a back hallway that I never thought was well lit and just separated from everybody. So I'm so glad special education has come a long way. And we will have final thoughts after this.
Whether you're new to church, have been a Christian for many years, or looking for a fresh start, you're welcome at New Season Church. New Season is a place where people can believe in God, belong to a family of believers, and become fully devoted followers. We exist so that people far from God may experience life in Christ and become fully engaged followers. Join us for one of our 2 Sunday services, 9 or 11 a.m.
Hi, this is Pastor Steve Flockhart. Whether you're new to the Paulding community or have been here since the day you were born, New Season Church is a place where all are welcome. From our exciting children and student ministries to our engaging Bible studies and small groups and events, I promise New Season Church has a place for you.
New Season Church, just off Highway 278 at 4457 Atlanta Highway in Hiram. We exist so that people far from God may experience life in Christ and become fully engaged followers. New Season looks forward to seeing your entire family this Sunday, and feel free to check us out online at newseason.cc. We believe what comes into our minds when we think about God is the most important thing about us. We look forward to seeing you Sunday at 9 or 11 a.m. at New Season Church in Hiram. Thanks for listening to today's Paulding County News Podcast. Follow and subscribe to hear the latest news from the Paulding County News Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. For you, about you, and from you. Get involved in the conversation at 404-997-8655 or info@bgadgroup.com. Did you know over 50% of Americans listen to podcasts weekly? Make sure you join us for our next episode, and be sure to share this podcast on social media with your friends and family. Add us to your Alexa Flash Briefing or your Google Home Briefing, and be sure to like, follow, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
This podcast is a production of BG Ad Group. All rights reserved.
This podcast aggregate content from other sources for informational purposes and is in no way trying to infringe on the copyrights or businesses of any other entities. All content posted up on the site is used under the Fair Use Copyright Law 107. All audio, media, and articles are copyrighted to the original owners. All audio on this podcast are embedded from YouTube.com and are owned by their respective copyright owners. No audio information are copyrighted or stored on our servers. The court ruled that linking or embedding copyrighted videos is not copyright infringement, even if the source video was uploaded without permission. However, However, we will gladly remove any audio clip upon valid request from respective copyright owners. Any owners also have the option to disable embedding his YouTube videos on other websites. News and press articles are owned by the respective copyright owners. Where possible, the appropriate accreditation or source of the article is given on the same page. The audio-video files on this site are for listening purposes only. Downloading of these files to one's computer is strictly prohibited. They are owned by the respective copyright owners. If it is in the organization's belief that the usage or specific content used on our site containing copyrighted knowledge conflicts with authorized use and/or does not comply with fair use as described in the context, contact us through our contact page and we will remove the offending content immediately. Thanks for listening to the Paulding County News Podcast.